Greetings, class, and welcome to Module 2. I wanted to take just a few minutes to provide you with some brief highlights about Chapter 22. I assigned Chapter 22 early because it does provide a nice overview of the specific steps in designing a quantitative project or study. The chapter also provides a nice review for you on the various types of quantitative research designs, the different types of sampling designs, and much more. When we look at the steps to designing a quantitative study or project, we are at step 1 and step 2. We have cultivated that spirit of inquiry, and now we're looking at formulating or refining our PICO question. I would encourage you to continue to ask questions about best practices for specific clinical problems. I would encourage you to pursue a question that is feasible and that is also sustainable. We are moving into step 3, where we begin to search for and critically appraise the literature. This week, I want you again to continue to explore the significance of the problem, your plan to address the problem to affect change and to improve outcomes. You will dive into the literature, consider how you can improve nurse retention, nurse satisfaction, your own problem, and the outcome. By the end of this week, I hope that you will have your PICO question more refined. Now, your question may change, and that is completely fine. And generally, we find that when there is a change in a topic, that some of the literature may still be useful because the topic may veer in a different direction, but not change completely. Chapter 22 introduces us to feasibility, and we had some time to discuss feasibility during immersion. Remember to think about the resources, including time that will be necessary to implement your project, as well as sustainability. In the discussion board, I've asked you to think through some of those things. Is your project feasible? Do you have the time and the resources to carry out the project? Now, Chapter 22 does go into detail about different research designs. As we move forward this semester, we will focus more on those designs, but still the content of this chapter will be valuable as you continue your literature review and the reading of different reports. Chapter 22 also introduces you to some qualitative designs, and some of your projects might include a qualitative component. So I've asked you to start thinking about whether or not there would be value in adding a qualitative piece. And so when we add a qualitative component to a quantitative study, then generally that is termed a mixed methods project or study. Now, we don't want to add a qualitative component simply to be adding a qualitative component, but if it adds value, certainly we may consider that. As we move forward this week, focus again on the PICO question and what change can be implemented in light of evidence in the literature. Is it feasible? What we want to do? Is it sustainable? And will it contribute to an improvement in clinical outcomes? I look forward to our discussion this week, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out.